So recently, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu put out a video statement saying that UNIFIL, the United Nations Lebanese peacekeeping forces, peacekeeping in Lebanon, in southern Lebanon, should leave because they're just going to get caught in the crossfire with Israel trying to fight Hezbollah. And now Mossab Hassan Youssef, the son of a Hamas co-founder and leader, has commented on this recent development. He said, UNIFIL has failed its mission. They turned a blind eye to Hezbollah operations at the Lebanese-Israeli border, allowing Muslim terrorists for 20 years to dig tunnels, arm, and pose a threat to both Israeli and Lebanese citizens. Time to take their useless equipment and leave. The IDF will handle business. And this is absolutely right. You know, it's completely unacceptable that it looks like Hezbollah have been building infrastructure, weapons, tunnels, and plans to destroy, to carry out a similar attack to October 7th that the IDF discovered recently when they managed to eliminate senior commanders, Hezbollah commanders meeting. And so they've been utterly useless. In fact, I'd go a step further than that. The UN has been complicit in trying to undermine Israel. Basically from its inception. We looked at what happened recently with UNRWA, the organization that's meant to be helping the Arabs of Gaza and Judea and Samaria, the West Bank. And what do we find? That UNRWA were complicit. Many of their staff members were complicit in the October 7th attacks, directly involved. Either directly involved in the attacks or helping them. Many Hamas members, senior Hamas members involved in UNRWA education, teaching kids not about peace and maths and English, but about becoming martyrs and killing Jews. That UNRWA just serve to perpetuate the conflict. They have there's no real moral or functional purpose for them other than to make matters worse, it seems. And so Israel is saying, get out of the way. We don't want you to be hurt. We've got to do the, clear the mess. As Mossab says, the IDF will handle business. And that's absolutely right. I recently discovered that after the IDF carried out the most remarkable operation to in the 1970s to rescue the hostages that were taken by terrorists, a plane was hijacked and they landed it in Entebbe in Uganda, which the leader of Uganda, Idi Amin, at the time allowed them to land it there. So he was complicit in a form of terrorism. The IDF carried out the most remarkable operation where they managed to get Idi Amin's Mercedes, a copy of that, into nearby the airport, and they stuffed it with IDF soldiers, drove it up, made the terrorists and people at the airport think it was Idi Amin coming, and then they suddenly burst open and killed the terrorists. And the only soldier, by the way, and person that was killed in that attack was Yoni Netanyahu, I believe. That was Prime Minister Netanyahu's brother. But do you know what happened? I learned recently that the UN condemned what Israel did in rescuing those hostages. The most moral act being condemned by the UN. The UN is a joke. It is not a source of moral leadership, political leadership. It is a cesspit of immorality, moral perversion, and it is in no way a place in which there is truth and honesty. And that's why it's for Israel to be the world's teachers of what is right and wrong, and it's for Israel to tell the truth about the Jewish people's divine right to this land, because no one else is going to say it. And this kind of leadership is not going to come from anywhere else. So Mossab is right that the UN is vacuous, and it's now time for Israel not just to do what she needs to do, but to start showing some real leadership on the world stage, because the world is in dire need of it. If you've made it so far in this video, I have a request for you. JTV has been having a really big impact in spreading the truth about Israel and creating positive associations with the Jewish people, Judaism, and Israel. We've really grown a lot, particularly in the last year, and we're having a really significant impact, both for Jews and non-Jews. But I really want to take JTV to the next level so we can start to compete with the other big online media beasts that are often peddling anti-Israel content. And the way we're going to do that is to scale even faster. So I'd love to build a team where we have other presenters doing shows like me. Let's start doing documentaries, supplementary content, animated content, etc., etc. And to do that, I'd like to build a bit of a team. So what we're going to do is we're going to do one fundraising day, just one, where we try and build up some funding in order to fund such a team. Now, to do that, it's going to obviously require people to get involved. And I'm wondering if you would consider, if you're watching JTV content and appreciate what we do and want to help partner with us in taking this to the next level and spreading the truth farther and wider than ever before, I wonder if you'd consider partnering with us simply by running a mini page on the fundraiser that we do, where you just reach out to your contacts on that day that we choose to fundraise and see if they'll all chip in. If you'd be up for doing that, of which I would be so grateful, then please click on the Google form link in the video description of this video, where you can simply just put in a few contact details. It'll be a very small commitment, as I say, literally just one day that we'll all agree upon as a collective community. But the impact is going to be so big. There's such strength in numbers. If we all pull together and do this, we can take this to the next level. And as I say, all of us can partner together in bringing and spreading the truth to the whole world. So please do consider clicking on that link, filling in the form, and I'll be in touch very soon to talk about the next steps. Small commitment, but a big impact. Hi, thank you so much for watching. To watch another one, click here. To stay up to date with all our content, click here to subscribe. And if you're able to, you can help support JTV to grow and grow by clicking join below this video, where you can become a member and get perks including early access to videos and private live discussions with me. But most of all, you'll be partnering with us on our mission to change the world.